Okay, so yesterday we have seen how to open the server. So right now I'm just restarted the PC. I'm just starting the server. So server, once you log into the application, so first of all we log into the application using the default ID, that is administrator@pega.com, and password is installed. So after logging, you can log into the Pega Designer Studio, which is nothing but a developer portal also we can call. And developer portal contains four panels: header, explorer, work area panel, and toolbar panel. So under the header panel, you'll be getting options like all the menu options you'll get. So different menu bars will be there. So different menu options you'll get. And inside these menu options, you'll get all the tools and widgets will be there. Okay. Pega application contains so many internal tools will be there. Okay. All those tools and widgets comes under this header option. And explorer panel means, so different types of explorers means, so different kinds of tabs. Okay, so we can call them as tabs also. So different kinds of explorers will be there. And in this some mainly 3 to 4 explorers mainly as a developer will be using in this application. So in that, so 90% of the design will be done, it will be done from the explorer panel only. Okay, so in that there is one main explorer called app explorer will be there. So that is the main explorer where all the actual design of the application will be done from this app explorer only. Okay, so most of the more than 90% of the design will be done from this app explorer only. So very important one. So if you see, remaining all the part of the business studio only 10% will use only in this explorer panel. From app explorer only all the design will take place. And finally there is something called work area panel. Means if you open anything, right, it is going to open inside the work area panel. Okay, that is if you want to create any new rule, okay, if you want to create any new task, if you want to update anything, if you want to delete anything, everything it is going to open in the work area panel. So where we can open any number of tasks we can open, and at the same time we can work on any number of tasks. So everything it is going to open from the work area panel. And finally toolbar panel. So under this some tools will be there, internal tools will be there again here also. In the header option we'll be having some tools, and inside the toolbar panel also, so there are some tools available. Okay, so from here, so we can use them at the time of designing the application. Mostly some debugging and testing tools will be there, so those things we can use from this toolbar panel. Okay, server is still yet to start, it is not loaded properly. And meanwhile, so and Pega application contains one, actually Pega, outside Pega you cannot find any documents or anything. So if any material related to Pega topics or Pega material and all, you can find it inside the Pega software itself. Okay, so directly you can find it in the Pega Designer Studio only you can find. So before opening the work panel, I'll tell you the installation steps. So these things I'll explain again. So because the server is running in the backend. So meanwhile, I'll cover the installation part. So first of all, yesterday I think I gave you the basic system requirements. So generally for installation project, so on any Windows platform, you can install like Windows 7, 8 or 10, 64-bit operating system, and minimum RAM size is 4 GB, and total disk space is 10 GB free space is required. Okay. So I'll open one document, give me a second. So I have prepared a small document, give me a minute. Okay, so for the installation, so you'll get a software from my side only. I'm going to share it. It will be totally 4.5 GB software. You have to download that one, and you'll be getting it from the Google Drive. Okay, I'll share it from the Google Drive link. So yeah, you'll get the link access. You have to just download that one. And once you download the setup file, so make sure that after the download is completed, it will be saved in a zip format. Okay, you have to copy that zip file inside any drive directly. So sometimes it will download in the download folder, right? From the download path, you have to copy to any drive, like any C drive or D drive. And when you copy, right, so copy the same file again. Don't give any subfolder names. And if you want to give any folder name also, not a problem, but that folder should not contain any spaces. Okay, what are the folder name you give, right? So that folder should not contain any spaces, should not be there. So like Pega Software is there means, so don't give any spaces for that folder name. So because why means some exe files and other files will be there, so those files it not read, and installation will not happen successfully. So without giving any folders, so directly what are the dump file it is downloaded, copy the same file directly to any drive. Okay, and after copying, you have to extract that software. Okay, that zip file is there, right, in zip format. You have to extract that file. So when you extract, right, it will open like this. Some files will be there, checksum, jdk, data, logs, and some license files and all. Install.batch, some files will be automatically it will open. And if you want to start the installation, to continue the installation means, so there is an option called install.batch file will be there. We have to double click on that, and you'll get the screens like this. The below screens you'll get. So here this is for the 7.1. For only thing is same screens you'll get. The version number will be 7.2. Okay, 721 it will be there. Okay, apart from this, same screens you'll get for any version. So you have to, when you click on that install.batch file, this is the first screen you'll get. Just follow the steps here. So click on next option. Again you will get the what are the things it is going to install, what are the system requirements. Okay, what are the configuration requirements, and what it is going to install. So all the details you are going to get here. If you want to, you can just read this once and just click on next. So when you install the Pega setup, what are the things it will install? I told, right, database will install, which is nothing but PostgreSQL, Tomcat server, Java setup will be installed automatically, Java JDK, and along with that PRPC, this Pega rules process commander will install. So all these things get installed as a package. So nothing to change, just we have to click on next option. Then license agreement, click on accept. And what are the things it is installed? Once again, so the by default all the things are enabled. You no need to enable or disable anything. By default you will get all the things enabled, all the checkboxes are enabled by default. And after completing the installation, automatically it will launch the PRPC, that is, so it will load this command, these two command prompts also it will automatically load in the backend once the installation is completed. If you disable this last option, you can manually load the server. Okay, here the purpose of launch PRPC is automatically after the installation is done, it is going to load this server automatically in the backend. Okay, now so enable this option so that once installation is completed, it will directly load the server by default. So click on next option. So here under which drive you want to install this Pega software. See, you can install in any drive where space is there, 10 GB free space is there. So inside the directory or inside the drive, you can install, and automatically it is going to take C drive. okay, where the program files everything is located, where operating system is saved. So if you want to change means manually you can type, or else you can browse the directory location. But after the directory name, don't give any folder names, because Pega will automatically create a folder name. So again, no need to give any folder names here. Okay, so directly enter the directory name. That's it. Actually, this C means automatically it will take. No need to enter also. If you want to change the directory means you can change it manually. Okay, actually no need to change. So if you don't have space, required space in the C drive means, if we have any partition is there, if we have another drive is there, you can choose the other directory also you can choose. So click on next option. Then you'll get the port configuration. Port configuration is nothing but here. So for database and server, right, some default port will be assigned here for Pega. So automatically it will take, no need to give it manually. So automatically from your server, from your system server, so it will automatically take the database and server port numbers. Only thing we have to do is, so click on this port availability button. Okay, so this button is there, right? Click on this. So then it will show you, if both the ports are available means it will show a message like database port is available and server port is available. Okay, if any of this port number is showing a message like port is not available means, you can change the port numbers to, in the below the document I mentioned some other port numbers also. For database means you can give 54335434. Tomcat server means you can give 9090. Okay, but maximum you'll get the ports available only. But anyway, if suppose when you will get this not available means, in your system already any other version of Pega is installed, so in that case you will get the port is not available. Okay, you are installing this Pega setup for the first time, only this is the first version you are going to install means, no need to worry. But anyway, you have to check it once, because any other servers are installed or any other databases are installed. So once you have to check. Okay, if both the ports are available, if it is showing a message means, then you can click on the next option. Then it will start the, you can click on the start option to begin the installation. Okay, when you click on the start option, it will start the installation. So now you can check for the, okay, so here what are the things I mentioned is, means if any of the ports are not available means, so these are the other port numbers you can enter. So by default it will take, and the total installation setup will take around 30 means it depends upon your PC. So total system configuration. And sometimes you'll get some plugins or pop-ups. Okay, if you get any plugins or pop-ups in the middle of the installation, sometimes you will get like install or don't install. We have to click on install only, or else allow or don't allow you will get. Just we have to click on allow only. Okay, so not for everyone. Suppose if you didn't give any firewall access to any some new softwares and all, you will get some pop-ups. Okay, if you get any pop-ups, so click on allow access only. So, or any plugins, if you it is asking to install any Pega plugins, so install them. Okay, and finally the installation will complete in 15 to 30 minutes. And it will, if see already we have given the PRPC launch option, right? Once the installation is completed, it is going to load these two command prompts. Okay, server will automatically load once the installation is completed. So after this loading, we have to minimize these two command prompts. Okay, once the server is loaded, so minimize the both these command prompts. You have to minimize. Then open the login page, because after the installation is done, in the desktop you can see it will create these icons. These three icons it is going to add. So we have to just already server is started, right? We have to click on the login icon. So it will open this login page. So if we are getting this page means installation is successfully it's successfully installed. Okay, if you don't get this page means there is some issue. Maximum it will be successfully done only, no need to worry. So once you get this page, then without any issue you can conclude that the installation happened successfully. So once this page is open, you can enter the ID administrator @pega.com, and if you want to set actually try to use Internet Explorer only, because in other browsers one or two things will not open properly. Okay, some compatibility issues will be there with other browsers. Okay, so whenever you open the Pega application, so try to use the Internet Explorer browser only. And now we'll discuss about this thing, Pega Business Studio. Okay, this is the installation project. once I down Once you download the setup file, right, you can install that one. And any issues by this weekend, I'll check. If you have any issues regarding the installation also, I'll check in the weekend session, that is in the Saturday class. I'll check for the installation problems. So now let's go to the topic again. So this is a process, it's very simple guys, you can also do without any help. Just follow the steps, follow the screens. Okay, you'll download the setup file. Just you have to click on next and finish. Nothing to configure anything, additional things you will not configure anything. No need to give any path files or anything. Just you will follow the screens, that's it. Okay, very simple project, without any help you can also do. Okay, so anyway, I'll share this document, and if you need any help also, I'll guide you, no need to worry. And now coming to the Pega tool. So Pega Business Studio, right? So which is categorized into 4 panels. Okay, so let's start with the header option. Okay, what are the options we have inside the header, we'll see. So mainly all the options in the header are menu bars. Okay, so first menu name is Business Studio menu. Okay, so the first menu name is Business Studio menu. So under this again, so many options will be there guys. So maximum 1 or 2 to 3 options only we'll use from this menu bar, because other things and all default settings only. Okay, so many other things are default settings, we don't touch them. Okay, so in this mainly from the application menu some tools will be there, we'll be using them. And few things are deprecated in the current versions. Deprecated means so which are used in previous versions but we don't use them in the current versions. So in that, data model part is deprecated, and that is added in the data explorer. Okay, related to the data model, anything if you want to, data model here is nothing but for adding tables in the application. Until 7.1 version we'll be using this option, but from 7.2 compulsory we have to use data explorer. Okay, so this option is totally deprecated in current version. So but still the options will be same here. Okay, even though the content is deprecated in the latest versions, so they'll keep the options like that only in the current versions also. Okay, so like that, so many options we don't use. And mainly in this Business Studio menu, so we are going to use the integration concepts. Okay, in the integration some widgets are there, connector widgets, service widgets, email widgets. So all these things we are going to work at the time of, okay, in the coming sessions we'll use. So at that time I'll show you how to use all these tools and widgets. Okay, and some settings under the system we'll use. Okay, so maximum 2 to 3 menus we'll use. Other things are all default settings, nothing, just information about that particular topic. Okay, we don't use all those things. So 2 to 3 types only we'll be using under the Business Studio menu. So whenever we get a scenario, I'll show all these options. And next to the Business Studio menu is, this is called as application menu. Okay, this is called as application menu. If you remember or not, yesterday I told you one point. Okay, I told one point. See, once you log into the default ID, so we are going to configure something called application setup. So application setup purpose is for adding a new project. Okay, so that one we are going to do it from the default id. Okay, from the default id, what we are going to do is we are going to configure some application setup, that is starting a new project. So that new project, creating a new project comes under this application menu only. This is the only option we are going to use in this default id. So after that, again, when you create a new project, right, some new IDs will be created. Again, you will get the same portal only, but at that time we'll give what is our application name. Okay, all those details we'll give. Accordingly, it will configure the new project. But the portal will be same options again you will get. But the thing is, the login ID will be different for the new application. Okay, so right now we are using the default ID, right? After creating the new project, so then it will generate some new operator ID or new user ID, and inside that only we are going to configure we are going to start the design of the new project. So but before starting that, we have to go to this application menu and start this new application. So in order to create a new application, from the application menu only, we are going to configure the new application. Again, inside this, some again internal tools and widgets are there. Okay, so in the real time this thing will be done by the business analyst, but in the personal edition we need to start a project. Okay, so we need to configure some new application, then only we can do the work and we can start inside that new application. So compulsory in the personal edition we have to do by ourselves only, but in the real time same thing, this thing will be done by the business analyst will do this thing. Okay, so how to start a new application in tomorrow's session, we'll be dealing with this topic. Okay, so tomorrow's starting topic will be how to add a new application. So, and what is this Pega rules means? Pega rules is name of the application in this default ID. Okay, so some default application name is given here. It is not a full application also, just a sample application name. So that application name is given as Pega rules. So apart from this, so when you create a new application, right, if you give some name, for example HDFC Bank you are giving as application name, so that will reflect here. Okay, so in the application menu, when you create a new application, for example HDFC Bank you are adding as a new application, so that HDFC Bank will reflect here. Okay, so this is nothing but application menu. From here we are going to configure new application. Other options just overview within the part of the application only. Okay, and there is one option called switch application. Switch application is nothing but in the default ID they have given access to two application access they have given. One is Pega rules. Currently we are under the Pega rules application. If you want to switch to other application from the same ID means the other application is DM sample. If you click on that, now it is going to switch to another application, that is nothing but DM sample. Again, if you want to switch to the previous application means at the same time in the real time maximum you don't work on two applications, but there is a scope means same developer can also work on two applications at a time. Okay, if he is working on two different applications under the same organization, then you can you can we can switch between one application to other application here. Okay, but it won't happen maximum at a time. You'll be working under a single application only most of the time. No need to worry. So if we have access to two applications also, we can switch between the applications. Okay, without logging from the portal, directly from this application menu you can switch between the applications. And next is launch menu. So before discussing this launch menu, I'll tell you one point. See, this Pega application basically contains three portals. Not only this one, any Pega application anywhere if you work in the companies, Pega applications contains three portals. Okay, any Pega application if you take, it contains three portals. One is called as So right now you are in the developer portal, then user portal and manager portal. See, developer portal, currently you are in the developer portal, and another portals are user portal and manager portal. The purpose of these portals are, so user portal is it to assign tasks for the developers. Okay, for work assignment we can say, for the work assignment this user portal will be used. In the coming sessions we'll get this portal how to use. And manager portal is for case management, means they will monitor all the works which are assigned to the developers. Okay, any works assigned to the developers they will monitor, means if suppose some task is assigned to you, so whether the task is completed or not, whether it is pending or closed, okay, they are going to monitor from the manager portal. Okay, actually it is not for the developers, some team leads or managers will monitor that one. Okay, so as a developer you will be using developer portal and user portal you will use. In the coming sessions you will get about these two other portals also. And here the purpose of the launch menu is to launch another portal. Okay, so basically Pega application will have three portals, but in the default ID they have given access to manager portal. Access is given here. Okay, so from this portal you can switch to the manager portal. You click on this. Now it is going to open the manager portal. Here we will not do any design. Okay, we are not going to do any design here, just any works which are done by the developers they are going to monitor from this manager portal. Okay, just who is working under which task, so just the work management will be done from this manager portal. And similarly same way user portal also will look same way. So there any works assigned to the developers they can check under the my work list option and they has to work on that particular task. Okay, no need to worry. In the next coming sessions you'll get about this how to use the user portal and manager portal. We have a separate session is there. In that session I'll discuss in detail. So now in today's session just overview of the tool. Okay, what are the options we have, just a small overview. And next option is called a create a case menu. See, from this option we are going to test the module. Actually when we configure a new application, right, okay, we are going to add some modules in the application. And if you want to test after some design is completed and if you want to test them, means we can test from the create a case menu we can test. Okay, in the coming sessions now I cannot show you how to test. So in the new application after the design is completed, so we can test them. Okay, so for testing any module in the application from this menu we can test. Next is search option. Okay, for any rule name if you want to search, okay, from the developer portal, so we can type that name and we can open it quickly from the search option. Then private option. So this private option is nothing but like a check-in checkout option. Okay, for example, if you want to see generally in the application so many developers will be working, right? So suppose under some task you are a developer, you are working under some task. So when you are working under some task, right, automatically you can access the task. Other developers cannot access the task. Means that is nothing but, so that is in checkout option. Okay, that is only you can work on the particular task. And if once your task is completed, again you will click on check-in so that other developers can use that particular task, which is nothing but a check-in checkout tool. Okay, in the coming sessions I'll show you how to use that one. So that is used by the developers at the time of working on any task. Okay, and there is an option called resources. This is a help system, means related to Pega any topics if you want to refer. Okay, total content and all we can refer from this Pega 7 resources. And for example right now on which topic we are discussing, regarding the Pega business studio we are discussing, right? Suppose if you want to detail overview of about all these topics, means you can quickly go to the Pega 7 help option. Okay, open this one. So right now we are discussing on the Designer Studio. Okay, so open Designer Studio. In the left side you can see all the content. Means related to the Pega, each and every topic will be there. So you can review them. So right now we are discussing about the Designer Studio. Click on this. So under this, what are the concepts we have under this? So click on this basic concepts and click on this Designer Studio overview. So now you can see under the Designer Studio you'll be having different panels, right? So you can see header. So about the header you'll get the detailed thing. Say for example, click on this, you can see all the tabs. Okay, so what is the first thing is logo will be there. Then Pega Designer Studio. Again inside the Designer Studio, if you want to see what are all the components, so click on this, that one. So again step by step under each and every menu what are the options we have. So like that a detailed configuration will be there. Detailed description will be there on each and every topic. So like application menu, what are the options inside the application menu. Then launch menu, nothing but launching another portal. Create a case menu, that is nothing but working on the so testing a module. Search menu, okay, searching for any rule. Recent is not there, it is part of the 7.1. Actually recent is moved to the explorer panel, I'll tell you later. And resources, Pega 7 help option. Operator name, that is nothing but the last option. So like this on each and every menu you'll have a detailed description will be there. So you can access it from the Pega 7 help option, you can access. Okay. Now next last menu is operator menu. Operator menu is nothing but like if you want to first of all from the operator menu, some operator means is nothing but you are the operator. Okay, developer is nothing but operator here. And generally in the real time every developer will be given a new use operator ID is nothing but here user ID case. So first of all operator ID is what means, so this administrator@pega.com is there, right? This is operator ID. Actually we can also call as user ID, but in Pega we used to call them as operator ID. So operator ID is nothing but ID given to the operator to access the application or to log into the application and work on the application. And every developer will be given a new operator ID will be given to access the application. And this operator menu contains information about the operator. Okay, what is the operator name? Okay, and what is the operator application access given to that operator? All those things will be there. And one more option is if you want to log out from the tool also, from the operator menu you have to click on this log off option, so you can close the tool. So here in the operator menu there is something called operator. So actually this is the information for this default ID, but in the real time when you click on this operator, right, you can update all your information. What is your first name, what is your last name, full name, okay, job title, phone number, email ID, and for which application. This one means by default you will get what are the things you can update is, so this information you can update. But this application access information, when they create the ID for you, they will give the access for the application, which application you can access and all. This they will update for you. Okay, so you cannot update these things. And there are some other things will be there in the coming sessions. I'll show you manually how to create the operator IDs. I'll show you. Then I'll show you these options how to manually add them in the application. But practically when you in the real time when you work, right, no need to open all these options and no need to do anything. Only thing from the operator menu you'll do is once you update the profile it's enough. Okay, once you update the profile, then always you'll be using this option to log off from the application, no need to touch the other options. Okay. So like this, so these are all the menu options we have in the header, just a basic overview only. Again, whenever we get that particular scenario or task, in detail I'll show you about each and every option. Okay. And coming to the work area panel, see if I open anything, right? This is the work area panel. So if I open anything, it is going to open in this work area panel. Okay. So like a tab, it will open. If I open one more thing, it will open in the next tab. Okay. If I open again any other thing, it will open in a, this is the work area panel. So where we can add new things, where we can update the existing ones, or if want to delete anything also we can delete. So like that, everything, if you open, right, it is going to open in the work area panel. We have to configure them and save them. Okay. If it is done means you can close those tabs. If you are done with the particular thing means you can close them. And if you want to collapse that work area panel means just to drag and drop, drag this one, and this is explorer panel. You can see the different explorers you can see here. Okay. So now coming to the explorers here, in this two to three things mainly we use. Okay, three things mainly we use. So here the starting one is recent explorer. The purpose of this one is, what are the things we opened recently in this application, it is going to automatically add to the recent items. What are the things we opened recently in this portal, all the things it is going to add in the recent items. Means if you want to quickly instead of again going to that option, if you want to open, instead of that, if you want to open the same thing again means we can check in the recent items, like last 15 items, like 10 to 15 items it will add in the recent explorer. Okay. It is optional thing, if you want to use you can use, otherwise not mandatory also. Then cases explorer. So this cases explorer is nothing but in this ID I cannot show you, but in tomorrow's session when we configure a new application, right? So then after giving the application name, some modules, so cases are nothing but modules in Pega. Okay. So actually whenever you add a new application, we'll divide the application into different parts. Okay. We are going to divide the entire application into different parts. So in Pega we used to call them as cases. So right now in the default ID, there are no cases available. But in tomorrow's session when I configure a new application, we have to add it. And apart from, after opening that new application, you can see the case names. And inside this some configuration we have to do. That is, we have to define the life cycle of the stage. Sorry, life cycle of the case. So here life cycle is nothing but how many stages are there for this module, and under each and every stage how many process are there. Process are nothing but again workflow diagrams. Maybe in this overview only. In the next sessions when I do the exercises, you can understand very clearly. Just one point, case is nothing but a module, and inside the case we are going to add the life cycle of the particular module. Life cycle is nothing but, so how many stages are there for that module, and how many process can be added under each stage. So those things we are going to define inside the case. And actually some portion will be done by the business analyst in this part. Okay. And something will be done by the developers. Okay. See, business analyst also will use the same portal case. Okay. Not only developers, business analysts also will be using the same portal. Okay. Next, data explorer. Using this data explorer, we are going to configure the tables in the application. For adding new tables in the application, we are going to add from the data explorer. See, in the Pega PRPC, database is part of the application only. So when I start the server, right, database also will load in the backend. And when you open the application, database is ready to use here. Again, no need to open any physical database, no need to start, no need to give any connection separately. Whenever this server is started, database is also ready to use, and directly from the Pega portal only, Pega developer portal only, we are going to configure the database. That is, so all the table creation connections and all we are going to use and we are going to give it from the developer portal itself. Okay, so from this option, so all the tables we are going to add. Then app explorer. So I told you right, in the explorer panel, one of the most important explorer is app explorer, where 90% of the design. See, in the Pega PRPC, they are going to provide all the templates they are going to provide by default. Okay, so no need to not see here. Most of the thing is automation will be more here, and reusability also will be more. Means templates is every for each and everything. The template is ready here, and only thing is how to use the template in the design we are going to use, and we are going to just design the application. So that all the design we are going to do it from the app explorer. And in the app explorer, so many components will be there. Okay, so in order to work on different things, so they divided the entire app explorer into different components. And in Pega terms, we used to call as rule types, we used to call. Okay, so after creating the application, new application tomorrow, I'll discuss about those components. What are all the components we have? I'll discuss in tomorrow's session. Okay. So for each and everything, if you want to add a properties means we'll have one component. If you want to add conditions means we'll be having one category. If you want to add a business logic means there will be some category. For adding workflow diagrams, there is one category. For adding reports, there is some category. For sysadmin, for some admin portion will be there. For that we have something called sysadmin, security, okay, like that. Organization and integration services, integration connectors, integration mapping, integration resources. So like that, for user interface, we'll have a user interface category. So like that, the work will be the work closure will be very easy for the developers also. So anything if they want to create directly, they can go open the particular category, and under this they are going to open the template. Template is also ready here. Just we have to give some name for that and open the template and configure what you want to add or what you want to map. We are going to map it in the application. So all the design will be done from the app explorer only. Okay. So we are going to define everything in the application from this app explorer only. So 90% from this only option, 90% of the design, and remaining all the other options, some 10% only will be there. Okay. And tomorrow, in detail, so much thing is there again in this. There is something called class concept. What are all the components we have? Because in the default today, I cannot explain very clearly because this is just a sample application. When I create from scratch, I can show you very clearly how those are generated. Here, just the sample thing is given. That's it. Okay. Here, the exact thing will not be there in the default today. When I create the application from scratch means what is the application name I have given accordingly, how the classes are generated, I can tell you in tomorrow's session in detail. So there is something called Records Explorer. I told you right, Pega contains some components or rule types. So all these are the components. In the Records Explorer, we can just view them. Okay, we cannot add anything. What are the things we added in this application? Just we can view it in the Records Explorer. Okay, so we don't use Records Explorer much. It is not mandatory or not necessary also. Same things we can view from the App Explorer also, but here in alphabetical order it is going to open all these stuff. And private is already there in the header, and once again the same Explorer is available in the Explorer panel also. And the last option is favorite. Means if you want to bookmark if you are working on any task very frequently, very regularly. So if you want to bookmark that one, so we can add it to the favorite option. So mostly we don't use that option. Newly added in the 7 versions only it is added. Okay. So in these explorers mainly we will be using cases data and app explorer mainly we use. Remaining things are optional. So private is there, private is already there in the header. We can use from the header also. So the main explorers maximum we are going to use is cases explorer, data explorer and app explorer mainly we are going to use. And coming to the toolbar panel here, some tools are added in the application for debugging purpose. So 2 to 3 tools will be used by the developers, and other tools are there which will be used by the quality separate team will be there. So they will be using the other tools. So mainly some 2 tools will be used by the developers, that is tracer and clipboard. So these are some debugging tools which will be used by the developers at the time of testing the, when you test any module or when you test any flow, we can use this debugging tools. So overall this is the entire tool. Okay, apart from this no need to install any other things. This is the only configuration, or this is the only tool, advanced tool required for designing any kind of enterprise web applications. So from this tool, if you know how to use these options, okay, when to use, where to map, so all these things you will be learning in this training process. Okay, so within this tool, so what is what, how to use these options inside this tool, how to use the templates, okay, how to map in the application, one rule, how to map in another rule. So all these things we will be using in this training process. Okay, so from tomorrow the practicals will start on this. So starting with the first thing is the basic application setup is required. Okay, I told you, right, we need to configure a new application setup, that is we are going to create from this application menu, and internally some widgets will be there. Just we have to just fill the details, required details we have to enter, and automatically it is going to create an application in the backend. And as part of application creation, some IDs will be created for the developer portal, for user portal and for manager portal. Some IDs will be created. So using that IDs we have to log into the new application, and design and all we are going to do in that new application. Okay. So from tomorrow the practicals will start. Okay. So it's very simple if you understand the concepts, if you practice all these things every day. So it's very simple tool to learn also. Okay. So any questions in today's topic? So nothing we discussed detail, just overview of the what is what. Okay, anything, if we have any questions or anything you can ask me.
Yes, Hari.
Yes, tell me.
Yeah, I have a question about this under Pega roles. I mean, all this designer studio like Pega roles, launch, create, everything is we call a header, right?
Yeah, all these yeah, what are the things we have in the top of the page? It is called as the header options. All
Okay.
these is header, and left side is there, right? All these are explorer panel, all these options from the explorer, and bottom is there, right? All these are the toolbar options, and in between this home is there, right? So this entire thing is work area. Okay, anything if you open, for example, if I open anything, any rule if I open, it will open in this work area panel.
So all this left side menu we call as the roles.
Yeah, left side, first of all, these names are there, right? Recent cases, data, all these called as explorers. Explorers we used to call.
So like underneath the Pega sample, you see you call as the rules, all the Pega rules.
Okay, under the Pega sample, these are called as rule types and rules. Okay, data model is a rule type. That one tomorrow I will explain. I didn't explain them. Tomorrow's
Okay.
session I'll explain very clearly, because again total it will be confusion for today in a single session. So these
Yeah.
under the Pega sample, this leaf icon is there, right? These are classes. First of all, these are classes, and under the classes, first of all, you will be having rule types. Under the rule types, you will be having the rules. So these are rules. Data model is
Okay.
rule type. In tomorrow's session, I will explain how many
Yeah.
rule types are there, and under this, how many rules we are going to use. I will tell you in tomorrow's session.
So I have my question. I have question about the application ID. So in the real time environment, so
Yeah.
the business, I mean, as a management team, they create one ID and assign as the projects, right? Under
Yes.
that ID.
Yes.
So we have to log in using that ID only.
Yes,
ID and password.
ID means operator ID. Yes, operator ID and password.
Oh, okay. So for different projects, we'll be assigned different IDs.
Yes, but max at a time
Okay.
we'll be working under a single project only.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
So
Thank
that
you.
is called as operator ID. We used to call it operator ID or user ID.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So we'll see tomorrow, guys. Okay. So tomorrow I'll continue with the application setup. Okay, guys. Okay. I'll share this session. You can follow if anybody missed this. We'll see tomorrow. So tomorrow also meeting link is same only. From day after tomorrow it will change. Okay. For tomorrow session also same link. From day after tomorrow it will change. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.